So you had an interview with, I believe, Desert Sun. You said, the truth of the matter is I'm a middle-class working actor, so I don't select my projects so much as I get selected for a project. 99% of an actor's job is looking for work. We audition. We basically cast our line out there and hope someone bites. I've been fortunate enough to work on a good number of projects where they're really good quality, nice people.
Yeah.
You don't really hear people, especially in the acting world, admit to being middle class. Like most people, from the outside, you assume like, okay, this guy he's on TV all the time.
Right.
He must be a billionaire.
No, it's so funny. Yeah, everybody. And I think maybe that's starting to change because in the old days, people assumed if they saw you on TV, you had $1 million. Mm-hmm. But now, most people, half the people don't watch TV at all, and everybody's on camera all the time.
Yeah.
So I think people are now starting to understand that being on camera doesn't necessarily mean wealth, but there's also that thing that, especially nowadays, there used to be 3 channels, that everybody in America was watching. And if you showed up on there, you got paid sort of according to that level. Now, there's a cable channel that ain't got but like 400,000 people who watch it every day.
Yeah.
That if you're on that show, you're making that percentage of the wealth you used to make in the old days.
Right. Like when I interviewed John Witherspoon, he said that he made $5,000 for doing Friday.
We got paid $5,000 a piece to do that movie.
Right. And I guess Ice Cube was going to put up the money himself.
Right.
But New Line Cinema talked him out of it.
They said, look, ain't no sense you losing $2 million. The movie bomb, we did take the hit. The movie grow $300 million.
He could have gotten all that.
And they're not going to come back and say, we made a lot of money, we're going to give you all a bonus. That ain't some bullshit. That don't happen in Hollywood.
Okay, so you made $5,000.
$5,000. Everybody else on the show, they're going to say they made more money. Anybody made no money on that movie.
No. A buddy of mine was in, Steve Carell movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
They got paid $300 a day.
Yeah.
Because it was a low-budget contract.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I had a friend who flew from LA to Vancouver to work one day for Scale. And Scale is $800.
So you maybe broke even.
Right. But the thing is, you got to work.
You got to work.
You got to work to get work.
And you talk about 400,000 on these networks. Like, to put it in perspective, the VladTV YouTube channel gets 1.5 million views a day.
Right. Yeah.
Every day.
Right. Right.
So, like, things are shifting.
Yeah. If there's a TV series on cable that got consistently 1.5 million, you'd run for 8 years. Nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a hit.
This is
in the old days, that would have been canceled halfway through the first episode.
Yeah.
Didn't you get 30 million? Screw it.
Yeah. Well, people have cut the cord.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have cable anymore.
Really?
I just have I have Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Showtime, and Amazon Prime.
And you pay for their standalone things?
Yeah, I pay for all the standalones.
Because I've been
and it doesn't even come close to the $220 DirecTV bill that I used to get.
Whoa.
And and for example, if there's a show that I like that I don't have a standalone for, like for example, Atlanta is a show that I really like.
Right, on FX.
I just buy the series for $25.
How? On FX?
Well, no, you could actually go on Amazon Prime
and buy
you could either buy an episode for like $3,
right,
or you can buy the whole season for like $25.
Got it, right.
So yeah.
And that's still less than you pay for that channel for a month.
Right. Yeah, or it might be 2 months, but it's like this thing will run for 3 or 4 months, so the $25 is worth it. I do the same thing with Walking Dead and a bunch of the other series I like to watch. Unsolved with Biggie and Tupac. I just buy the series, and to me, it's just a more economical way of doing it. Mm-hmm. And I have a place in LA and New York, so when I go to New York, I don't need a cable bill over there. I just use my same account, and it's just
nice.
I could use it all the different TVs in my house, and so forth. It's just a better model.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I've been talking about doing that math and figuring it out, but honestly, the one thing that's keeping me tied to the cord,
sports,
Rose Bowl.
There you go, sports.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, like those old things that I'm used to, and I want my kids to be able to experience. Like, hey, everybody, shh, we're watching the thing that's on right now. And it's on every year. You know, although not being able to watch the Dodgers has been killing me because I don't have Time Warner or whatever it's called now.
Yeah. Well, I think sports is the one thing that's kind of keeping cable alive.
Yeah.
These days, the people that I know that haven't switched over
Are
is
sports
because they're like basketball fans. You
Right.
can't watch the NBA finals, on Netflix. at least not yet. At least not yet. At least not yet.
That'll be, oh God, that'll be funny. The first streaming service to buy like an athletics company's rights.
ESPN. Well, Disney is launching its own standalone series, and they actually just launched their ESPN standalone app.
But it doesn't have any good sports, right?
Well, it doesn't have the shit that people really want.
It's got like what curling and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch live curling
WNBA.
on the ESPN app.
Yeah, WNBA and a bunch of other stuff people don't really watch like that. But it is the future.
Yeah.
It is the future. So you're seeing in your industry how the money's changing?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, like we were talking about not doing commercials. I decided not to do commercials back before I was making a living as an actor. And it was a costly decision because back then I had buddies who got one national commercial and bought a house. That doesn't exist anymore. The level of standard pay, and plus, like nowadays, if you get a job on a series, like that used to be a lottery win. You got a series, and you could go, okay, 26 weeks of work, and I'm gonna get paid this much. Nowadays, a series could be six episodes. 10. Ooh, you got a whole 10? You're lucky. But just the amount of stuff that opportunities that you get offered are smaller. They're coming in smaller chunks.
Yeah. Things are changing.
Yeah. Which, for us actors, we've always lived in an unstable, landscape. Like, you wake up in the morning, you don't know if you're going to work. As an actor, every job is a temp job, even if it's the biggest movie in the world. It's like, you were in Titanic? Yeah, a year and a half ago. I got to find something today.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I got my Boondocks check last month. I think it was $2.
Right.
Which
is amazing because that's, how long ago did you do that?
A few years ago. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like manna from heaven.
Yeah.
But the problem is, these new business models you're talking about, they want to get rid of that. That like, I don't want to have to pay somebody 5 years from now for the work they did, back then. It's like buyout. And for us, that's scary.
Well, that's the Netflix model. And this is why I never really focus on Netflix too much. Not to say that Netflix is beating down my door. Just keep it 100.
But like,
but it was like when I understood the model is when Netflix picks it up, they own it for like 10 years and they own all the digital rights. So I can't put it on my YouTube channel or whatever else. Like, they'll give you some TV rights if you want it, but since I'm not in the TV world, I don't give a shit. So it's like, okay, I can get this check and but I'll never get anything else from it. And for me, the slow money has always been better than the upfront money.